Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're going to do a quick video where I read some of your comments and I give my opinion on what I think regarding some of them. Some of them are so long that this is just the easiest way for me to respond to them. Otherwise, I do like to respond to them via commenting back myself, but otherwise, we're going to do it this way. This way I could also give you guys a shout out, okay? So this one is in regards to the video I made of chapter 19. Okay, so I did respond to quite a few of these, but we'll go ahead and read some of them. Okay, so with that being said, let's see here. We'll take a look at XJ's. All right, so for XJ, he said, I love the pacing. Instead of wasting time introducing enemies before getting into action, we get some fights between already established and hyped enemies before getting to new stuff. It can create air of unpredictability. I didn't expect Madelynes to show up so soon, but I love seeing Madelynes getting humbled. Okay, I'm not sure why you're calling them Madelynes. I believe they're pronounced Matterins. Or not pronounced, but spelled Matterins with an R instead of an L. But that's not important. I get what you were trying to say. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, bro. I love to see the Matterins get humbled because for a minute there, they were looking invincible. Once the kaiju stepped on the scene, the Matterins seemed to get humbled, and then now that Jachi's here, it's even more so. So I totally agree with you. I as well. I love the pacing of the story. I love all the action. I'm an action junkie, guys. The only story that I have liked so far that doesn't have action in it is Death Note. That was the only one that I enjoyed that didn't have action. Other than that, every other manga or anime that I like has to have action, okay? My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, One Punch Man, The Legend of Korra, Avatar The Last Airbender, Versus, like I need action. So it's nice to get a manga where it's like, basically every chapter we get dialogue as well as action. Okay, so I agree with you there, XJ. Great comment, man. All right. So I like this one by Dark Garu. He says, Jachi is stronger than he looks. If Jachi is that strong, imagine how strong the Great Demon King will be. Couldn't agree with you more, bro. I mean, I would say that Jachi, in my opinion, he looked strong, but he's definitely showing me more than what I expected. And I always say that if this is how strong Jachi is, I can only try to imagine how strong the Great Demon King is. And then not to mention the demon lords that are in front of Jachi, so I agree with you there. And then I like this one too by Savage. He says, Jachi gives me DBZ vibes and I love it. I totally agree with you, bro. And I honestly think, I really do think that a lot of mangaka artists as well as writers are very heavily influenced by the gentleman who made Dragon Ball Z. I think that a lot of us kind of grew up on that, and a lot of people take inspiration from the writer and the illustrations and such. So it doesn't surprise me that we see elements of Dragon Ball Z-esque vibes and stuff. So I agree with you. I love it too. Great comments. All right, let's do, before I do mics up here, because this one's very long, I want to do a few more. All right, Golden, when did demons convert a hero into a demon? I forgot. That's funny you say that, Golden, because I totally forgot that too. I guess somewhere in the first chapter when Hollow was reading through the report that he got saying that basically every other hero had failed their mission. I guess one of them did get converted into a demon. So that begs the question, were all the demons humans at one point? And they were all turned into demons somehow? Or were they born demons? Are the demons an actual species? Or are the demons a entity that some higher power converted them over to? That's a great question. I wonder if we're gonna get that answer. All right. Let's see here. Man, you guys got a nice conversation going in here. I like that, man. Heck yeah. All right. Hunter, thanks for the review. I really appreciate that, bro. Just those little things like that when you guys, say things like that to me, bro, it really touches my heart because, I got a lot guys, I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm just a regular poverty-stricken person like most of the United States. I live in the United States. So I deal with a lot of financial struggles, health struggles. My wife, she has things going on. We got our 2 daughters. They got their own things going on. And sometimes like life gets to you, bro. Sometimes it's kind of a struggle. So when I do take the time to make this content, like I really am doing it for the love of the manga because I enjoy it so much, as well as the fact that I want to provide the content, the Versus content to you guys because no one else is providing it. Is not even just that too. I want to provide you guys a certain kind of quality because even the people that I've seen who have tried to provide Versus content, the quality, I'm not trying to like shit on anybody or anything, but I just feel like the quality isn't that great, and I'll be honest, guys, I tried to model my videos off of Mastar Media's because I was I am a really big fan of Mastar Media. I love the way he I guess you could say the way he edits his videos and the way he conveys them. And I think it's just such a very entertaining form of doing so. So it's like, I want to provide that kind of experience, but for Versus because Mastar no longer did. So again, I say all that to say that when you guys, give thanks for me doing the reviews, man, it really makes me feel appreciated, and I appreciate you guys. Okay, so thank you for that, Hunter6858. All right, Meow, I love your video. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then down here, Gutta, your videos are good, but I felt like they are a little too long, which might be overwhelming for most viewers. Would be nicer if you could find a way to shorten the videos. Now, I get where you're coming from, Gutta. I get where you're coming from. Sometimes you just want a video that kind of like summarizes the chapter. You really don't want to have to fucking grab some popcorn and, sit and act, like you're watching a movie, because I think this video was like 45 minutes long. So I feel you on that. But the thing is chapter 19, every page was so exciting that I just felt the need to go over it. Now I did start chapter shorts some time ago, but I've just gotten derailed again from life going on and stuff, so I kind of stopped doing that. But I wanted, I just been wanting to give you guys something, so I do plan on giving you guys more YouTube shorts of the Versus chapters. But so far, this is all I could pump out. Now, I do remember some of the replies. Some people were like, no, we need more. I love how long it is. I remember somebody said that they wish it was even longer, because I know some people, like, especially if you're at work or, you're just at home doing nothing. Sometimes you like to just put it on in the background and just listen, So I get that too. It's almost like when it's like 45 minutes long, like how this one is, it's almost like you're listening to a podcast specifically about the chapter, right? So I get it. I get it from both sides of the spectrum. Sometimes you just want a summarized version, and sometimes you want a detailed, in-depth version, for sure. All right, but I will eventually get back to the YouTube shorts of the Versus chapters. Okay. All right. So without further ado, for chapter 19, comments, we're going to read this last one from Mike, okay? So, random dude everybody knows, also known as Mike, says, so pumped. I'll edit my options after I watch. Thank you for your work, bro. Again, I really appreciate that. Okay, here we go. I have some thoughts. I'm sure you do. Love the 40-minute video, by the way. I believe it was Mike who said that he likes the video super long, you know. Don't think it's too long. What a great chapter. Jacci is that dude, for sure. And just so you know, in the panel of them clashing, it shows Jacci one-handed holding off the alien. Look closely, you'll see it. I don't think he even needed to take his armor off. He just hasn't had to take it off in his whole life probably, and is excited. I mean, look at him. After he got out that hole, he didn't have a scratch on him. His cape was torn, but no damage. Facts. That's facts. I'm also wondering what happened to the kaiju. Did he escape or did they take him out? Well, it looks like he started following Hollow and Paka and Bass away from the battlefield. Or maybe he just got bored, you know, because he probably stepped on most of the enemies and they were dead. So I would imagine he probably just got bored and just like walked off. You know, I imagine that's what the kaiju do. They kind of just walk the earth, you know, looking for food and stuff like that. So, and they just so happen to, you know, create these essentially natural disaster damage, you know, to the environment as they do so, and they kill people, you know. It's crazy. All right, and now I have some theories. Okay, let's hear some of these. Let me start with the aliens. If you go back and look when the other executive showed up and destroyed the mini-ships, if you look inside of the pieces, you can see fleshy substances. Really? I did not know that. Almost like Orochi when he was connecting throughout the Earth. And their compact information surveillance bodies must mean they are remotely controlled. And I think they were weak like in person, no tech. Just my thought on that. Oh, so it's almost like you're saying you think that the aliens are the ships, I'm assuming? And they're actually remote controlling the bodies of the Materans. I mean, that's not a horrible theory, bro. That's actually, you know, if anything, that kind of reminds me of the movie Nope. You know, the Jordan Peele movie. They made it seem like it was an alien ship that was essentially haunting the farm, but then they soon found out that it wasn't an alien ship. It was a alien creature that essentially looked and moved around like a ship until it ultimately revealed its true form at the end. And it was I enjoyed Nope. It had a few boring moments and stuff, especially when it came to that. I never really understood the monkey scenes when he destroyed the television set and stuff like that. But other than that, I really enjoyed that movie. So your theory kind of reminds me of that. It's the ships are a living thing, and that's not a bad theory. All right, just my thought on that. Now, the warrior Paka is talking about, I think he is half Titan. Oh, okay, the Gigatila. Okay. He has the hair on his shoulders like a Titan. Just a thought. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a silhouette. It's a silhouette of the warrior. It's not like we got to see any detail. But, I mean, that he could have just killed the animal, you know, like a wolf or a lion or something like that, and he could just be wearing the hide. But yeah, I mean, that's not a horrible theory. It's just, it's a little weird to think of a gigantic Titan trying to impregnate a normal sized human woman. Like, that's just kind of horrific to even think about, to be honest with you. Like, I couldn't even imagine how that would work, but you never know. I mean, maybe there was another way that Gigatila was conceived as a half Titan. Who knows? All right, so just a thought. I'm gonna go ahead and say this too. The parasites kind of suck. They aren't intelligent. If you get one in you, you can get it out. I know they did with Zabi, but normally you can't. It's just kind of lame. It's like, okay, dude's infected, gotta stay away from him. Ops. I don't know if you meant ops or oops. He turned, and now we got to burn him. I don't think, though. I do think, though, because one loves his monsters, that a parasite will get into a demon, mutating abnormally, thus creating a new enemy, monsters. Okay, so what you're saying is you think that the enemies are going to go from 13 to 14 because they're going to create. I mean, technically, though, they've already. Something like that has already been done because the parasite has infected a Titan, and then the Titan turned into a parasitic Titan, and it's like technically that is a new, different type of Titan. So that could be considered a monster. But I mean, yeah, that's a cool concept for sure. Like, it's like, like you said, like when the parasite infects an enemy, such as a demon or a Titan or something like that, it essentially creates a new species in a way. I get that. And yeah, that's cool. And I guess, yeah, that would be cool to refer to them as monsters as opposed to, a parasitic demon or a parasitic Titan for sure. That's cool, man. I like that idea. You have to remember as well, demons have turned a hero into a demon. The humans probably have a demon on their side. Now God is where it's at. I can see him having like an angel army or something along those lines. I also feel like all the kaiju will merge when their backs are up against the wall. Up against the wall from who? Mike? Who the fuck is gonna have the kaijus up against the corner? Few, I have more, but we'll wait. You wildin', bro. You wildin'. Man. Let's see here. So you said the humans have a demon on their side. I mean, well, we don't know that yet. I don't know if you're saying that's a theory, but yeah, that would be cool. If the person that they turned into a demon still retained his human-like behavior, and he's like, fuck you guys, I'm not gonna fight for you, I'm still gonna fight for the humans, but now I'm gonna use my demon powers. That would be a really cool twist to that, especially if he's a really strong demon. God, yep, I'm very excited for God as well. I can't wait to see what the Mad God is capable of, because he looks really cool too. And I laughed at the part where you said I could see him having like an angel army and stuff like that. Just based off of what the Mad God looks like, I think it's probably pretty safe to say that more than likely this isn't going to be angels and demons and stuff like that. Like that's more like Christian and Catholic-esque, and obviously it doesn't look like that's the route that the author one went with. This is a different, this God is just its own entity. I don't even know if there is going to be anything else other than this Mad God. He might be the only higher power in that world. And it's honestly, I'm really glad that one went this different route with the God instead of making it like your traditional God with angels and demons and stuff like that, because we've seen that a million times, and unfortunately for people like Jacob Mastar, who has his own manga called Demon Rush, it doesn't look like it's doing as great as maybe he had hoped. I keep tabs on his Demon Rush progress and stuff. Just because I hope the guy a lot of success, but from the views and various other things that I see, it doesn't look like it's as popular as I'm sure he would hope it would be. And it just might be because, we've all seen that whole God and angels and demons and stuff. We've seen it a million times, so it's very repetitive, and I'm glad that we're not getting a repeat of that same stuff in Versus. Okay, so and then lastly, you're saying they're gonna have the kaiju with their backs against the wall. You wildin', bro. I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe the God or maybe the Mad God or the demon, great demon king or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know who's gonna have the kaiju backed up. All right, but let's go on to the other comments from the recent video I put out. All right, and I don't really plan on editing this, guys. I'm really just going to stop recording this and then probably just upload it, okay? All right, so this is in regards to the newest video I just posted, versus manga, my top 3 enemies, top 3 weakest, as well as top 3 strongest. All right, so here, we're just gonna go ahead and go through all of them. We got Hunter 6858 again, and he said, I agree with your thoughts based off of what we've seen so far. So it looks like Hunter agrees with me on the top 3 weakest as well as the top 3 strongest. And that's cool, man. Yeah, I think, I've made some pretty fair assessments of who I think is the strongest so far and the weakest. So, great minds think alike. All right. So, XJ, he says, fair ranking and good explanation for each ranking. Thank you. Lawless Demons in 3rd place is a contest. Mad God and Extermia has the potential. Who is Extermia? Mad God and Extermia. Who the fuck is Extermia? What world is that? Lawless Demons in 3rd place is a contest. What? Lawless Demons. I gotta be honest, XJ, I don't really understand that sentence there. Lawless Demons and 3rd place is a contest. Oh, okay, you're saying for you, the Lawless is number 1, Demons are number 2, and the 3rd place is between Mad God and Extermia. Okay. All right, so let's read what you got to say. I mean, look, bro, I respect your opinion. If you feel like the Lawless are in your top 3, I respect that, okay? So let's hear your explanation for that. So you say Lawless. For one to beat his natural enemy is absolutely impossible. Lawless are the enemy with the greatest intel. They have been underestimated by readers there to develop they're humans just like us side of the story, which put them as an underdog. And why would one include humans as an NE where God? I don't know what NE means. Kaiju and fucking aliens exist. Make clear underestimations just so that they're actually weak. It wouldn't make sense to have them as an natural enemy in the first place. And in a series where enemies battle it out against each other, they must be able to keep up. How will they keep up? So basically what you're saying is what you feel is you haven't necessarily seen anything from the Lawless world that necessarily makes them in the top 3 strongest, but what you feel is you're trying to predict one as a writer, and you feel like he's going to add a twist that makes the Lawless one of the strongest, is what it sounds like. Which, that's fair. That's fair to say. One is an amazing story writer, and that's not a bad guess, you know. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, Hollow is supposed to become extremely strong and be the hero who saves all of humanity. I don't know how the hell he's gonna do it, but one has showed us a few times how strong Hollow can become. So who knows, man. Plus, like I said, I'm waiting to see what kind of weaponry the Lawless have, because again, if they can inject a human with some kind of serum or venom or something that turns them, you know, extremely strong and gives them a physical advantage to where they can compete with some of the other enemies, that would make sense. If they have some type of technology or weaponry that neutralizes some of the other enemies, then yeah, you know, I think they would have a shot. But again, we're only 20 chapters in. You know, that's why we have to just guess, you know, because there's still so much that we have to give one a chance to reveal to us, you know, in due time. All right. So let's go down a little further. So you further elaborate by saying, yet to be shown characters. Gore, being the Asute team leader, was yet to even pull his katana out or do anything, which suggests one keeping him for later. Kyoka still has a boss, and there are other factions which are likely to have bosses as well, and potentially a boss that overrule them all. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I did notice that one did not have him use his katana yet. And I mean, the dude looks like he was in great shape. So yeah, he might be nasty with it for sure. All right, so let's go on to the other one. Intel. As stated before, they hold the most intel as of yet. I mean, I don't know if that's been proven. I mean, they are. It's been shown that they're collecting intel, but it hasn't been confirmed if they hold the most intel, because it also looked like they were the Neo-Humans were collecting intel from Ario, you know, when they had him locked up in the dungeon, because they noticed, they were like, we've never seen this kind of human before, yet he knows a lot about us. So the Neo-Humans were very curious about learning more too. And obviously the demons, Jauchi sent a lot of his demons out to do a lot of investigations too. So I don't necessarily know if the Lawless hold the most intel, but they're definitely investigating a lot for sure. All right. So, let's see here. Greater than that of Materans, who just kill anything that doesn't provide intel, and outmatch that of Neo-Humans, considering that them knowing everything was the whole premise, along with birds of different feather, also known as they're humans. Okay? They're just humans. My nigga, you still elaborating on this? Holy shit, bro. Okay, they're just humans, exactly. Humans in a world with world tree, God, Materans. Narratively speaking, it would be of sense to lead the audience into underestimating mere humans. For sure, I get it. The whole premise is you feel like one is trying to push the narrative of don't underestimate humans because we're capable of a lot more than what, you know, someone may think. For sure. Totally agree with you there. Humans are definitely capable of great things, for sure. All right, so hopefully we're on to the... Okay, now to diffuse some statements made against them. Holy shit. All right. Humanity held back against them, and if they were not good guys, they would have used the space satellites. The space satellites are enough to wipe demon fodders as well. Killing lawless fodder. What is fodder? Proves nothing if they are these bosses and leaders around leading a never-ending army of raiders. Just like Geo said, it's like poking a hornet's nest. Well, they can't use the satellites all willy-nilly, because when they use the satellites, that's when it alerts the Materans, and the Materans just destroy them. I believe one of the individuals from the Celestial world said that they had like over 100 satellites, but every time they used them, the Materans would destroy them, and I think they said they were down to like 4 of them. And then they used one against the demon army, and then sure enough, the satellite was destroyed. So I think now they only have 3 satellites. And again, if they were to just use them at will, they're just going to get destroyed very quickly. Because I now, how the Materans don't know the locations of the satellites when they're just hovering in space, I don't know. You know, that kind of seems like it would be easy to discover. But, you know, they can't use the satellites as much as they want to, okay? All right, based off of what the manga has told us. All right, so second, Gore was tricked by Masayoshi. First of all, Gore himself saw the army collapsing and wondered what kind of spell is this, meaning he figured the nature of the scheme, and he said, and I quote, "There are still some stuff I don't know about," which means Gore is a calculating smart man. In a world where 13 worlds merge, he doesn't just dive in, he is cautious, and he's thriving because of that. People who dislike this trait can admire Gore and all the Titans' corpses who just dive in without a single thought process. Or just take a look at Kiva decapitated head after he fucked with the Paladins. So I see what you're saying there. You're saying this is an instance where the humans were more successful than the demons and the Titans, who kind of just dive into stuff because they're so powerful they think that they can overcome anything. And, you know, they just end up getting killed, as opposed to where when you act very cautiously like Gore did from the Lawless World, he's able to regroup make plans and then maybe try to execute a plan. I see exactly what you're saying. All right, and then he finishes up with, as for demons, they are the OG, no explanation needed. I agree with you there. All right. Ooh, that was a lot, XJ. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That was a lot. All right, so we're just gonna read up these next few and then we'll be done. All right, so this one is from the I can't even pronounce that, bro. We just gonna say 4114. Oh, this is that one, bro. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about this one, guys. All right, so this person 4114 says, sorry for the interruption, but I replaced the word God with the ruler or master out of respect for religion and God. For one, I don't even know what the hell this person is talking about. He said, I replaced the word, like he's using he's doing my closed captioning or something like that. So that right there is just being weird. Then he says that I replaced the word God with the word ruler or master. So he's saying, hey, bro, instead of using the word God, use the word ruler or master. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, what is this guy talking about? But, you know, so I respond to this guy and I'm just being funny because it's like, you know what, bro? You saying replace it with the word ruler or master. If you're saying that people are going to take the word being used, the word God being used in the manga as an offense to their religion, you don't think that people using the manga using the word ruler or master is offensive? Like, there's a lot of people who believe that nobody should own another person. So somebody ruling over other people or being the master of other people could be offensive, you know? Like, so, you know, I responded back by saying, oh, well, be careful because those probably aren't, you know, very favorable words either. And I'm like, dude, just take it easy, you know, just enjoy the content and stuff like that. Then he responds by saying, because I finished up by saying, you know, you're being too literal. It's a fictional story. No need to get that deep into it. Just enjoy it for what it is. This guy responds by saying, on the contrary, I mean to replace the word God with the word Lord or King. So what happened with ruler and master, bro? Like, you're not even making any sense, bro. You're not even sticking with what you originally said, okay? At this point, you're just being irritating, okay? Instead of God, because this is forbidden and not permissible, because the description of God is not permissible to say in a manga or drawings. When I read that, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this? Annoying the shit out of me in my comments. So I respond and I'm like, dude, are you serious right now? Like, are you being serious right now? And you know, I said, look, bro, I'm gonna do you a favor. And I'm gonna let you know that you're being weird, okay? Because that's the thing, bro. When somebody is doing something that is very just like out there, people around you need to let you know, hey, dog, you need to chill. You need to tighten it up because you're being weird, okay? So that's what I let homie know. You're being weird, okay? You can take it offensively or you can take it as constructive criticism. I don't care, but stop it. Okay. And, so again, I elaborate on, hey bro, enjoy the content for what it is. Stop being one of these fucking annoying ass people where you gotta argue everything. Well, technically, no, ain't no fucking technically. Okay. The story is what it is. Shut up and read it and leave it at that. Okay. And then, you know, it's like, who cares? Who cares if he uses the word God in the manga? Who cares? But I even took it a step further, guys. I took it a step further and I had Googled whether Japan allows the word God to be used in their manga. And Google said, yes, of course it's allowed. So I'm letting this guy know I Googled it. And it's definitely allowed. So now you're spreading misinformation by saying that the word God is not permissible, you know, and it's not supposed to be used in mangas. Dude, shut the fuck up. You're pissing me off. I don't even understand why you got in my comments saying all this shit, bro. Don't do it again, otherwise you will get blocked. I will block you, and then you won't have access to any of my Versus content. Don't do it again. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, man. I want to just say, guys, I appreciate the people who come in my comments and just behave normally, bro. I appreciate all of you guys who just keep it about the manga, keep it, you know, normal stuff, bro. Because as a content creator, bro, when you got to deal with people like this, saying stupid shit like this, bro, it makes you appreciate the normal people in your comments for sure. So I appreciate you guys. And, you know, to 4114, look, bro, I'm not going to block you just yet. And if you want to comment in the future, you're welcome to do so. And you know, you can totally redeem yourself, but just don't come in my comments with shit like this, bro. Don't do that. All right. So, Montre Jr. says, my top 3 was the same, but I think the AI machines might surpass at least the kaiju since they can adapt to anything. That's great, man. Again, great minds think alike. And it's funny you say that because I thought about the AI, you know, the Ordnance Mecha world. I thought about the AI and I was like, could or should they be in the top 3? But here's the thing I thought about, bro. When the alien ship, the gigantic warship, when the kaiju split it in half and then it exploded around him to the extent of essentially a nuclear bomb and it didn't affect the kaiju whatsoever, I thought to myself, I mean, what can the Ordnance Mecha make that's going to harm this kaiju, you know? So that's where I kind of made that deciding factor of, I think the kaiju might be stronger than the Ordnance Mecha, you know? But I could be wrong, you could be right, and maybe the AI will create a device or a weapon that can neutralize or defeat the kaiju for sure. So that's a really good theory, bro, for sure. Great comment. All right, Gutta says, maybe recreational world enemies are like the death games from Alice in Borderland or As the Gods Will. Now, I'm not familiar with, I'm assuming you meant to say Alice in Wonderland. I'm assuming. If it is Alice in Borderland, I don't know what that is. But, yeah, man, who knows what the recreational world is? Recreational world enemies are like the death games. Oh, where you kind of get like transported into it and then it's like you play the games, but if you like die in the game, you die in real life or something like that. That's kind of cool. I like that, man. That kind of reminds me of that movie Gamer with Gerard Butler. Okay. I like that, Gutter. I like that one. All right, XJ, man, you in these comments again, bro. You wildin'. But this one looks way shorter. All right, so you said, I think top 3 strongest are going to be Demons, World Tree, and God. I thought you said Lawless. You confusing me, bro. I thought you said you thought the Lawless were in there. So Demons, World Tree, and God. I mean, that World Tree, you never know. Could be. That's the thing, bro. Who knows? It's still so early on. We still got a lot to see. All right. And then Dude Ledderp said, I think what the game world will be is either their world is like a game, computers are trapping them in game worlds, or game characters are coming to life. Oh, that's really cool. That's a cool concept. Oh, that would be cool. I feel like the route most likely is the trapping them in the game route, though. I agree. That seems more likely. I'm curious to see how this world in particular would interact with the robots. I totally agree with you, bro. Ooh, I like your comment, bro. I like that. I like your theory for the recreational world. Again, it reminds me of the movie Gamer with Gerard Butler. And then I also have been wondering, how is that going to coexist with the Ordnance Mecha world, for sure. All right, I like that, bro. Because I wonder if the AI, the artificial intelligence from the Ordnance Mecha, is going to be able to maybe hack, you know, the recreational world, almost like a virus. I don't know. We'll see. I like that. All right, Lazy Mode. I haven't heard from you in a while, Lazy Mode, for sure. All right. Recreational world, maybe recreate what's happening in the current world and create like a simulation. Okay. Oh, kind of puts them in almost like a brainwashing trance. Wow, that's a really good theory, bro. That's a really good theory. And it just kind of keep, and maybe it like drains their life as they're like hooked up to the machine. Wow, that's a really good theory, Lazy. I like that. All right. And then lastly, Mike says, nice. Looking forward to seeing what you think about my long ass comment on your last video. I haven't seen anything from you yet, but if you don't want to reply, it's all good. No, it's not that, Mike. You know, it's just, again, gotta just take the time to get to it. And then you go on to say, the weakest for me is the game world. So it sounds like you agree with me. I have a feeling that the game world might ruin the story. It just doesn't fit with everything that's going on, just my opinion. Well, I mean, you know, I respect your opinion, you know. Hopefully it doesn't. I don't want anything to ruin this story because it's such a great story and I'm enjoying it so much. And with One Punch Man falling so short and Mob Psycho not even being an ongoing story anymore and stuff, like, this is really all I have to look forward to, and I think most of us have to look forward to, so hopefully nothing ruins it. But let's give it a chance, man. It might be good. It might be good. All right, guys. Well, again, I enjoyed your guys' comments, man. I will be sure to go in and hit like and love for all of these, and I will try to respond to some of them via typing and stuff like that. So, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys like getting a shout out and stuff, let me know in the comments of this video. If you want me to keep doing videos like this where I read your guys' comments, let me know in the comments. Hit like on this. You know, if we could reach a good amount of likes and loves for this video, then maybe I'll make this a reoccurring thing. But that's it, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. We get the new chapter of Versus coming out in like 4 or 5 days, so I'll definitely be reviewing that soon. And I got some other ideas for some Versus content that I will be working on as well. All right. Other than that, I will see you guys later. Bye.